On social media recently, you've likely seen the viral videos of women asking their boyfriends and husbands, how many times a day do you think about the Roman Empire? To the shock of the interviewer, the answer is often much more frequent than they thought. So why do men think about the Roman Empire? Since the fall of Rome, great men and nations have styled themselves on its legacy. Charlemagne the Great reformed the Western Roman Empire 400 years after its fall. The Anglo-Saxons are reported to have felt a great sadness at the loss of Roman civilization, looking over ruins that they themselves could never build. Napoleon is well documented as having an almost obsession with the exploits of Caesar, in some cases even copying his actions and footsteps across Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. On the subject of Caesar, what was just a family name became the title of power in European royal families. The words Tsar, as in the Tsars of Russia, and Kaiser, as in the Kaisers of Germany, all trace their etymology back to Caesar and ultimately Rome. But why? Many experts believe that the male fascination with topics like the Roman Empire stemmed from our gravitation towards impersonal, factual information. Stats, percentages, battlefield casualties. But as a man myself, it may be more complex than just numbers. The Roman Empire spanned from the north of England to Mesopotamia. Spawning out of one city on the Italian peninsula, it took less than 1,000 years for one culture to completely dominate the known world without modern technology. It's a feat that many have since attempted and failed. So in that lies an attraction. The Roman Empire was a success. It didn't appear and fizzle out in a couple of years. It achieved its goals and more while being stable for an extended period of time, all while having constant and serious enemies, from Hannibal to Vercingetorix. Rome was tested time and time again, and no matter how many times it was knocked, it kept getting up and dusting itself off. From an underdog to an undisputed champion, it's a tale that men have always found refuge in. It's been nearly 2,000 years since the fall of the Roman Empire, depending on which date you subscribe to. And unlike other areas of history, the Romans are known commonly by people across the globe. Even people who don't have an interest in history know about the famous Romans, Julius Caesar, Augustus, Nero, and so many more. Not only that, but the actual impact of the empire across Europe, Africa, and the Middle East has influenced the course of history to such an extent that we would not be living in the world we live today without the Romans. This is legacy. I can't speak for women, but as a man, I'm often left pondering my own mortality, place in the world, and legacy. What will exist after I'm gone? Will people remember me? Will I have an impact on the world? The Roman Empire did. Therefore, men look to it for guidance and examples. When you think of the Roman Empire, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Maybe it's uniformed soldiers marching along straight cobbled roads, navigating far distances at record speeds. Perfect military formations crushing chaotic, undisciplined barbarians. Aqueducts spanning hillsides, bringing clean water to the masses. Maybe it's discussion, debate, and delegation in the Senate to create great public works that last millennia. The Roman Empire commanded strength by focusing on order and discipline. Roman emperors like Marcus Aurelius even laid the foundations of modern Stoicism through their literary work. As our world becomes even more confusing, distracting, and chaotic, men look towards this ancient civilization as a steady bastion of order and discipline. It's no secret that within most people, and especially men, is a longing for something unknown, unexplored, risky, dangerous, whatever you want to call it. Throughout Roman history, time and time again, we see examples of those who dared to go beyond the confines of safety to achieve what others thought impossible. From Caesar in Gaul crossing the Rubicon and defying the stifling rules of the oppressive government, to Mark Antony swooning the most famous pharaoh that ever lived. Within Roman history lies consistent themes of adventure, romanticism, and examples of the rogue defying the odds. The Roman Empire represents a vision of masculinity that resonates with many men. The drama of ancient battles, the strategies deployed, and the tales of military triumphs. Emperors, senators, and generals vying for control and influence. the grandeur of structures like the Colosseum, aqueducts, and the famous Roman roads. The Roman Empire represents a symbol of masculinity, ambition, and the pursuit of greatness that continues to captivate the minds of men across the world.